Hey, how's it going, my people? This is your boy Tony with bb6 speedhouse, and today is a special day for me. We have Tuner Evil in the house. We have Tuner. We have what's your name?
Sean.
Sean. And then Jess with Tuner Evil, straight out of where?
I am from Boston.
Boston.
Orlando, Tampa.
Florida. Okay, so Tuner Evil, normally, this is what I know because I known you guys for about maybe 4 or 5 years already. They normally just come once a year to LA, right?
Correct.
Okay, what venue you guys choose every year?
So from day one, we've been involved with the Anaheim Convention Center.
Anaheim Convention Center.
Anaheim has been very successful for us. Seems like it's a lit area. We've always had a great time in Anaheim. This past year, we decided to try out the LA Convention Center.
LA Convention Center.
It was definitely a different, vibe for us. It was a learning curve, being, in a bigger city like that, and just learning the differences.
Downtown LA too, right?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time down here, to kind of learn what people liked and didn't like about, and regardless, the date's set, so it doesn't matter what I learned, right? But so it was like a learning curve of, trying to figure out and make sure that we did the same thing but in LA. It was a little bit smaller. Like I said, we prefer Anaheim.
The section was smaller.
Yeah, the show itself, like it wasn't the same as Anaheim. Like I can say that. It was still a California show for us. Everybody came out. We saw the homies, and that's what is important. But in my opinion, I think that Anaheim is going to be the move for us.
What do you like the best from the Anaheim venue? Because you guys done it most of the times there, right?
Less traffic.
Less traffic.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. Yeah, I don't think it's the venue per se. I think the LA Convention Center was cool, but it was. I think that the area seems like it makes more sense.
Yeah.
It's less. It's like Boston, right? Nobody likes to have a show in Boston. A lot of our shows are surrounded outside of Boston. Our New England show for the first time was actually in Rhode Island, which is about an hour outside of Boston.
Beautiful.
It's easier to get in and out.
It's beautiful.
Right, but it's still considered, Boston. So, that's why we've always said, SoCal. We've never named it, Los Angeles or anything like that. It keeps it, open, and at the same time, it's always cool to be at the convention, at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Okay.
But we also wanted to kind of test different waters and see what happens in different places.
What year was the first year you did it at Anaheim?
I believe it was 2017.
That's
2017. Yeah.
That's been a minute.
Yeah. So
and how did that turn out from being 2017 and 2024? Because you guys had it in January, right?
March this year.
March?
Yeah, we had March this year, January last year.
Yeah. So our first Anaheim show was insane. It was I'll never forget the feeling we got when we opened the doors for the spectators. It was a wave of people. It was insane. So like the first one was wild. And everyone's always, every show we have is always, it's always lit. We always have a good time. We never leave you unhappy,
Nope.
I think that to compare 2017 to 2024, there's a lot more, especially here in California, there's a lot more saturation with shows and stuff.
Post-COVID, it's been a whole different
Being
ballgame.
You guys the main host, what is the most complaints that people, that you hear about people? Petty complaints that you think
that dude Tony.
The moment I get there, I give him shit.
That dude Tony, they were saying.
Make sure you give me that right corner.
Yeah, it was that dude Tony.
I want to be next to the food vendors. Let me smuggle this bottle.
We get some fun ones. It's almost always about the trophies. Can I be honest? It's always about the trophies. It's always something.
Crybabies about the trophies.
I personally like the convention center in LA more. You know what?
Yeah.
Because we don't pay for parking. Oh. The vendors.
You would say that.
Yeah, the vendors. Well,
I'm gonna make you pay for parking next time.
I do pay. Yeah, but I hear this from other vendors too, right?
Yeah.
That when we go in there, in the Anaheim to unload, we have to pay. And then the next day we have to pay again, unless you park somewhere else and you walk because everything's already inside, right? So you gotta be smart about it, right? You gotta program your travel.
So that's a battle that we face everywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
because whenever we're looking at venues or anything, and we always take into consideration, you know, parking for spectators, you know, how easy it is to access things, you know, unloading for vendors, and even people that bring their cars on trailers and stuff. We have to think about those things. So, you know, but we also have to take into consideration, and it was the first Anaheim event. It was the first time ever they said, "Oh, we're gonna search every car."
Yeah.
I said, "You gonna what?"
Yeah.
And that was another part that took forever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's no." And I ended up jumping in line and just like popping my head in the car doors, and I was like, "Yeah, you good? You got any weapons?
Yeah.
You know, you got any drugs? You know?"
He checked
like,
them thoroughly.
Even the vendor cars.
Yeah. Oh, everybody.
Damn.
Like
See,
everybody. So
that will keep you behind on
no,
schedule.
it does.
So that was something that I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." But as I saw it unfold, I realized that these guys are used to coming to these shows, so they're used to
know their
being,
venue,
you know, the whole process. You know, it's just
Yeah, they do truck events there too. They get wild. Lowrider events.
yeah.
So the Anaheim Convention Center and the LA Convention Center, they get used by different events. The event you guys had on March, there was a sneaker show next door the same day, right?
Yep.
So things like that, I think it helps the venues because people expect a lot. I mean, they're not expecting a lot from, you know, okay, we're going to the sneaker show. Oh shit, they got a car show next door. Boom. So you attract people that you were not expected.
This year also, it was a wild weekend because there was
man.
the Bad Bunny concert was all week.
That's true. That's true.
The Lakers played the Golden State Warriors the same exact day. So the reason why we even pushed the time of the event later to 11 p.m. like we did was because when we started realizing that the basketball game was going to get out at 9-10 o'clock,
ooh, chaos.
it wouldn't have made sense. So we wanted to keep everybody in the building a little bit longer, let that clear out. Because I actually went outside when the game was over and stuff to see. We were getting video and whatnot of like all the crowds.
That's good content,
right?
Yeah.
And we were out there, so we got to see it clear out, and then we ran back in, and we're like, now we know we're good because again, there's a lot of things to think about. Sometimes you don't, but that was one of the things because the more we saw there was gonna be, I believe that could have kind of not hurt the show, but people knowing that there's all this other stuff going on, concerts,
well,
basketball
it affects
games.
everybody because if you try to let vehicles leave, they're not going to be able to leave because everything's going to be jammed
There's
up.
so many obstacles when you set a venue and a date. And
I saw a lot of vendors selling Bad Bunny underwear, Bad Bunny socks. I'm like, I'm missing out.
So
I said, man, I could have been making money.
Yo, yo, funny story.
I hustle.
Yeah, you guys do. I went to the Bad Bunny concert on Wednesday.
What they sell you, Perico?
And, no, bro. When I came out, there was a line, right, of like 100
the hot dog vendor,
and they push against you, and the police are pushing them back, and I'm just like, this is not real. No. And they're just like trying to run. And then once you get past that line, then it's all the gear and everything. And we were walking. And as I was walking, I
saw
cops,
man. No, bro, all the shit they gotta go through.
Like ski mask cops with tactical gear. I was like, what's going on? And they were running, and bro, they were grabbing all the bags and all the bootleggers, and they would just grab. I was like, this is not happening right here, right now. Yeah. So it was pretty wild to like see all of that.
They have the Santee alleys, and I don't want to say too much. I know certain info, but a lot of shit goes on there, a lot of fabrication.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it.
I'm from San Diego. I'm a San Diego 100%. I was born and raised Padres fan, right? I was a Chargers fan, but I went on the wagon. But LA has always been great to me. I swear, every time I go to Tuner Evil or Spokecom, shout out to Spokecom or the other venues, I always take advantage, and I take my kids. We get a hotel, and either we go to Disneyland, we go to Santa Monica.
That's what a lot of people do.
So that's what I love about LA. Yeah, don't get me wrong, LA has a lot of good ass food. Every time I'm gonna go search for food, I go watch a TikTok video, and fucking you see all kinds of shit.
And the more, I went to the homies took me to a taco spot that's in it's in a parking lot. That's the best way. It's in a parking lot. The only way I remember it is that
you take a bite and you pray, right?
I was eating the tacos on the back of on this box truck. We're sitting there eating and everything, right? And I saw some dude running, and I made a joke. I was like, dude's about to get capped. promise you heard ba ba ba. I was
Oh my
like,
God.
no.
So you,
Right?
you saw the
Dude,
future.
careful with you
helicopters would
manifesting
come
over
out.
here.
I finished my tacos and I went home. I was like, yo, I gotta go. So I learned a lot of stuff being in like
Dinner
LA,
and show.
but I went back to that taco spot. I was a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
Did you have a
But
bet?
the tacos were worth it.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
thing.
worth
They
getting
were
a
on
shot.
TikTok. There's like this fire like a Kobe mural.
Was it the Avenida 26?
It's like a parking garage and then
In the corner?
In the corner.
Yeah, and then you get the different sections of tacos.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Avenida 26. That's actually one of my spots that I go to. They got like 2 of them, 3 of them, but one's in the near the downtown area. Yeah, see, so you go over the bridge from the river. It's right there. Yeah, I think that's called Little Korea or Little something. But
Yeah, it don't look sanitary
there's
at
a
all,
mall, there's
yo,
a
but
big
it's-
parking structure, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those tacos are fucking fire, and then they give you the potatoes for free.
Yeah, and then you do everything else yourself.
getting
You go
hungry.
get a
We
drink
got the
over
We're getting
there.
tacos after
Yo,
this.
but that's like a
When
real.
we talking about cards,
Can I get a list, please?
The thing is that for people, for even like even like our family, you know,
We had a
all of
taco
us,
eating
like,
contest once.
like that's something that I've learned from being here because of cars.
Yeah.
California, I've only came to California for car stuff. Like that's
Yeah.
why I'm out here. I
Yeah.
spend so much time out here that when I do have the ability to bring friends or family out here, like
Yeah.
it's a part of the whole thing. Because the car homies, that's where you guys are all taking me. You guys are
do
not.
you always see the same people, or you get surprised and you see, oh, this is new, this is new, this is new? Because that's being me from SoCal. A lot of times they say, oh, it's the same old cars. But what do you guys try to make different every show to not make them feel like that?
There's always new homies. There's
Right?
always new, you know.
Or new moms.
I
Yeah,
meet
there's
people
always-
all the time when I go. Every year I meet somebody, I get new followers,
That's
you know,
Every-
something.
So me personally, you know, when I set out and I'm already, you know, when they ship me out to the cities and stuff to go
Yeah.
and work with people, I tend to reach out to the homies, let them know, you know, because obviously you want to touch
So you
base.
let them know,
Yeah,
right?
you know, saying like, you know, we
Yeah.
come out, yo, we're coming out, whatever. But then I always try to like hit up a couple new faces, you know, people
Okay.
I haven't seen, people that have registered.
So
you
you
know.
do go on Instagram and you try to follow random people.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Well, what's funny
I
is
always
that
ask myself, do people, big people like you guys, right? Big organizations, do you guys see the underdogs? Like, do you guys pay attention to the little people?
We are the little
Yeah,
people.
We are-
I mean,
yeah,
I
bro.
consider myself
We're
the little
always
people, right?
I
trolling,
don't-
trying to see what's new. We go to some other events in, let's say, different cities.
Yeah,
and
bougie
try
and
to
shit.
find.
Honestly,
we just try to find that city's like culture. There's always something about it. Like you guys
I
are
have-
mentioning tacos here,
Yeah.
but like Minneapolis, the Asian
Yeah,
food.
I definitely love like going to like the little shows
Their
and stuff like that.
person.
I have a lot
Yeah.
of I love all the big shows, and I've been to the Cali Cream. I had a
Yeah.
lot of fun at the Cali
Yeah, that's
Cream
my
in
boy.
Fresno.
Shout out to Cali
You know,
Cream.
yes,
They're
they're
September
killing it.
15th
Very,
next
very-
weekend. They're having an event at Irwindale.
Yes,
It's
you
gonna
know,
be pretty
those
dope.
dudes are killing it. I love the vibe that they bring, no matter what
Best wishes.
their venue is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But there's still nothing like, and I know you've been doing this a long time, so like, when I go to Puerto Rico, even like back home, I've been trying to go to more like the smaller, you know,
Small,
parking lot
yeah,
like shows.
meet
and,
people.
And that's the thing is like, it's cool because you see some of the, you know, bigger builds and
Yeah.
stuff that like to pull up, and
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
you see all the people that don't go to the convention center
Yeah.
and all that,
Yeah.
and that's
Exactly.
still love like that. I still have the love for
Yeah.
the Civic on the SI wheels. That's
And
super
that's where
clean.
you-
Like I love all that.
That's
stuff,
where
you
you
know?
really meet the car community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The people that work on a daily basis, and the only opportunity they have to go to a car event
Yeah.
or a get together is a night meet, you know, or Cars and Coffee Sunday
Right.
morning, right? So you know,
Yeah.
Cars and Coffee is real important because you go. It's like the NBA, you know, you go hunting for vehicles, you go hunting for big, nice, you know, upcoming future cars that are going to be big in the community. I got one story real quick from Spocom, right? Shout out to my boy Ross. He's one of the organizers there, right? I went to a car meet in Chino, somewhere up here in North Cal. Well, no, it's like near Riverside. And he was there. I seen him and I said, hey, what the fucking Ross, what are you doing here? He's like, I live down the street. I said, what are you doing here? I said, I'm just hanging out. So he was hanging out at a random ass car meet.
Well, that's because, and that's actually funny because when I do come out here, when I was out here January to like March, I went to all kinds of like meets, and I ended up, and it's funny because like I don't even know how I get invited to these things, bro. But like I ended up at 7 a.m. in some fucking abandoned coffee shop in the mountains with no service.
Oh,
but there was like
dope.
Lamborghinis and like old school Porsches.
See?
Like
That's fucking dope.
bunch of rich people don't even want to talk to my ass.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
They don't want to get interviewed.
You know, yeah, like it was cool. Like, you know, they're like looking at me like, why you taking pictures? You know, but like I'm taking pictures of this shit. I don't care.
Well, it's part of the game, right?
Right.
One thing I don't like is when I go to a car meet and I take a picture of a dope ass car, and then they complain because their license plate got exposed.
Bro.
Say, motherfucker, take him off. You know, I block people. If you hit me up like that, I apologize.
You won't see it again. Don't worry.
I'll be the bigger person, right?
I got
I'll
one for
apologize, and I'll say, you know what? I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I guarantee you. Blocked.
I got one for you.
You won't have that problem from me no more.
I shot a show. I took a picture of this really. I'm not even gonna say that. Actually, it was a McLaren, right? Supercar, right?
Oh my
Flashy
God.
car, you know,
Exotic.
right? And the owner of the car wears this flashy T-shirt that has a saying. I'm not even gonna say it on it, right? But it's an attention-seeking shirt. So
Okay.
I had taken a picture of the car. He was in the background. I posted it up, show love to the whole, you know, show and everything.
The venue, everybody.
And they
Yep.
shared it and all this, right? And then I get a message from a random girl saying, with the picture, asking for me to take it down because the owner likes to keep his identity secret and he doesn't want to be in thing. And I said,
That sounds like there's more
tell
to that
the
story.
owner to stop
He's
going.
cheating.
Tell the owner to
How do you know this
stop
model?
going to public car shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
If
course.
you don't want an attention,
Yeah.
Literally.
don't buy a McLaren.
Yeah.
Don't showcase your car in a
especially
show.
like look like
wanna show it.
what's that artist that went to Xavier Wolf, you know?
Yeah.
He's a big
Yeah.
shot, right?
He loves displaying
So
his
yeah,
car, yeah.
so you know, shout out to Xavier Wolf, you know.
But
so,
he loves his following.
so he knows that he can get that risk, right? I seen it at the Origin show when he performed for like 2 songs. He killed it, and people weren't expecting it, you know. So it was so wild. So people like that on that level, if you don't
Yeah.
want to get the attention, fucking wear a hoodie, a
He's-
ski mask, or don't go at all.
Xavier Wolf is a real car guy, though. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I see his
He's an
builds.
artist
Yeah.
and he's great at what he does, but he genuinely cares about cars. He loves his cars. He builds them. He beats the shit out of them. So when he goes to
Because
these
he drifts
shows,
too, right?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he goes to these shows, he's there. I don't even want to say it like that, but he's essentially there not like as Xavier Wolf.
Yeah.
He's there as a car guy,
Yeah.
but
He must
he
enjoy it,
knows
too.
his position. He knows how much love he gets, and he's not gonna be that dude that's not gonna show
Yeah,
love back to
yeah.
the people that are showing love to him,
Actually,
and
I
that's
never-
why he's so genuine.
I never
you know?
seen bad feedback from nobody in the community
Never.
saying he rejected me.
Never,
You
never.
know,
No.
it's always been other shit. You
At
know?
our show, the
Every
line,
encounter has
you
been
know,
very, very
the
positive.
line of people at our show, bro, were so long,
Yeah.
and I watched him
So
sign.
many of our shows,
Yeah.
too.
Every
The line went through my
autograph,
booth,
you know,
right?
Supported
yeah.
over the years.
For like
Thank you.
3-4 hours, the line was nonstop.
Yeah,
Nonstop. Because it was
that's all-
signature and picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
Signature and picture.
Yeah.
He shows up for people for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
So that's one thing I don't like about, you know, people that complain about that, you know, that they don't want to get seen, or, you know, they're scared that their car's going to get stolen. Use security precautions, you
Yeah.
know. Get a nice GPS tracker, or buy one of those Apple tags and shit, you know.
yeah.
Yo, I do stupid shit all the time, and I be seeing pictures of videos of myself, and I'm like, damn, I should really be paying attention to the shit I be doing.
So from
But
all
it
I
is
get
what
some
it
good
is.
ones.
yeah, from
some
all the
really good
venues
ones.
you've done, which one is the craziest city that you know is
Oh,
wild,
man.
wild?
As far as the venue or the city?
Well, the venue, because I could say the city could be different,
Oh.
right? But most of the venues
I
have
have one.
been indoor, right?
Yes.
Majority of them,
We do, we do
Right?
mostly indoor. We do mostly indoor.
except for the one in Vegas that it was outdoors, right?
Yeah, we're starting to dabble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside. People want to be outside, so we want to.
Which one has the biggest crowd?
Oh, the biggest crowd.
You mentioned it earlier that you had one that, or what was it, Cam?
I know which one I want to pick, but I don't know which one you want to pick.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach this year, yeah.
That's
right.
that's-
Virginia Beach had a lot of
Yeah.
energy.
They were amazing.
sure.
Yeah, but Harrisburg is the
my
most
boy
beautiful.
Jay Martinez. He invited me
Jay.
to the one in Puerto Rico, and I was like, damn. I co-parent, you know, so
Yeah.
that makes it different because, you know,
Family
yeah.
vacay?
One time I went to a show with my boy Gio from Gearhead Society. He hooked me up.
Shout out Big Head
Gio.
Gio.
Gio. He helped me out, and he said, "Hey, Tony, bring your stuff to my house. I'll transport it with my shit to
He's good like that.
over there, you know, Utah. You and your daughter fly yourself. Boom, we did. I had the dopest time. That's one of the
You should
biggest.
take your daughter to Puerto Rico. It can be very
Yeah.
family friendly.
Yeah.
you know.
So they had Mike Jones in there for
I'll
performing.
swim your
Mike
stuff over
Jones.
there for
Man,
you, bro.
it was badass. And one of my plans was, to just go enjoy everything,
Yeah.
like not hustle.
Yeah.
Just go. And
Yeah.
Sometimes
you
ha-
need it.
Puerto Rico would be that show.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. It is hard to say because the energy in Virginia Beach is different than the energy
Yeah.
in like Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Even, and it all depends on like our stage setup, all those things. Like so Puerto
You
Rico.
gotta plan everything,
yeah,
right?
Puerto Rico,
It's big. Our biggest.
it was
I'd
so
say.
lit in Puerto Rico on
Indoors or outdoors?
It's indoors.
Indoor.
Indoors.
It's
But
very
it was
hot.
so lit, bro. It was the first time like.
Out.
I was telling you earlier, like I crowd surfed. I jumped in.
He did.
Trusted the
You got
crowd.
any video on that?
It's on.
There
It's
is a
on the
video.
Instagram.
Yeah.
It's on our
Oh.
page, and it was like,
Yeah,
yo,
he was
we're
lit.
gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna do it, now is the time to do it. You know?
Puerto Rico's
at
like a
whatever
festival.
moment
Yeah.
before you jump, did you said
Absolutely not.
fucking shit?
No, we didn't. We actually, I went, I looked at it quick, I turned back. The videographer was like, yo, he pushed me. He's like, you ready? He pushed me. I went and I just gave my back to them, and it was.
Somebody caught it from across the room.
How
All
long
you
were
see is
you,
him
were
launching.
you surfing in there?
No, they like caught me, like threw me
Put him
up,
down.
and then threw me over the barricade. Right, like I landed like foot on the barricade, perfect, right back on the. It was like I.
Did you
stepped-
like take
You
your wallet
bounced
out,
off?
everything?
Nah, bro, we went
You
all
risked
up
it?
in there, everything. Nah, bro, yo,
Damn.
I trust the island with my life.
Because I seen
They're
videos
different.
where,
They won't
where
take his
the
wallet.
crowd tries to snatch the performance change.
That's LA.
I don't-
That's here.
I tell you
That's
something
here
right
in
now.
LA.
Yo,
Okay.
honestly, I think
No,
that
island people are different. They're sweet. They're
in
just
10 almost 10 years
Yeah.
I've been
Different
doing this
people.
with
Yeah.
with Jay and Tuna Evo for since 2015. I think I had one time ever that I've had like something stolen or whatever, and it was last year at the last Anaheim show. Someone stole a little kid's GoPro that he was recording.
No.
Yeah, and they had it on video and everything. It was a whole thing.
Damn.
Obviously,
And the GoPro was recording?
he had two
So
GoPros.
they have the image of the guy
He
taking
had
it?
two GoPros set up on the rollout. So he had one and then another one. His second one caught the guy stealing the first one, walking, looking down.
And they didn't get exposed?
I personally tried to find who it was. I wasn't planning on like doing like, but I tried my best. You know what I mean? Actually, one of our vendors, and
Helped
since
him
then
out? Donated?
we've made it better with him. And they're still a big supporter of us. And
because
shout out to the little
even
kid.
though it's not, his fault, right? But that could be a big discourage for the little kid, right?
Yeah.
Because the car community shouldn't be about stealing shit,
Can I tell you something? Yesterday, I left my camera in the lounge area, and I left my gimbal separated another spot in the lounge area for hours,
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
And all those people, I don't know a lot of those people that went in there, and not one person moved it,
Yeah.
touched it. My backpack was on the
Yeah,
counter,
for the
Yeah.
most
and somebody
part.
put it down below. So I've never had, and we do that at all the
Yeah.
shows. Our stuff is
Yeah.
out.
Oh
Yeah.
Our
my
media
God.
team, our camera
Yeah.
guys,
My
like.
camera's been
So what I
everywhere.
Cam left his phone in my booth playing
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I-
and
techno music.
I find
I'm
phones,
always losing
our
my phone.
phones all over.
Yeah.
And like I
Sometimes
said,
we take each other's phones
Yeah.
when shit hits
That's
the
one
fan.
of the things that
but I
try
trust
to,
it. Like the car community,
Yeah.
it's weird, but like there's not too many
Yeah.
bad apples that are gonna do some dumb shit
Yeah.
like that.
Usually
for the
they're
most
not
part,
around long.
I think everybody respects each other enough that they
Yeah.
don't. Like even like when people set up the night before, you leave all your stuff there, trusting.
I
that-
heard stories about the security guards stealing shit.
that would be on some other. That would be on some
Yeah.
other shit, and that's
Yeah.
something we'd have to deal with the
Right.
building, But that's something we can't. We're paying those people to be
Yeah.
there, so
I
that's
know.
just
That
a,
would validate
you
void
know.
our contract.
That's a big risk because
If you find that out, let me know, cause
Yeah.
we.
shit.
Get the money
I need
back
my
on that
shit there.
security.
I want to find out too, right? I never had nothing stolen though. Don't get me wrong. I never had, and I had at one venue the time that we had the Tuner Evo event where nothing was, the fire marshal was giving us shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that day I left my stuff in one pillar, and then the next day it got moved. But everything was there, bro.
I moved
nothing.
I saw your shit.
Yeah,
and I was
nothing
like, yeah.
was stolen, bro.
Next time I'm
They're in the
gonna
trunk.
fucking hide your whole.
I got
booth.
cameras.
You're gonna come the next day,
Secret
bro.
booth
I'm gonna
already
hide
set
your
up.
I'm
whole
gonna catch
booth.
you like the fool that stole the GoPro from the kid.
Yo.
That's it. Listen. But
Hey,
he's
like
gonna put
when
you on YouTube. He's
Like when
not
you
gonna
leave
be
a Halloween, when you leave a bowl of candy and then
Yeah, they take the whole
the doorbell camera catches the kid stealing the whole pot. Right, that's him right here.
I take the doorbell with me.
No evidence, huh?
Yep. That's how I taught my niece.
He'll
Take
be
the
like
doorbell, too.
He'll be like this for the Menace to Society.
No, as your
Give
legal
them something to
representative, I'm
watch.
going to tell you no.
Took the chair, the bowl, the candy.
Okay,
He
so
didn't take anything.
okay, so being in LA, how many other venues that you had the opportunity to go to?
I mean, not it.
Because I know LA has also the.
We didn't look into too many other ones. I think that the LA Convention
It's
Center
always
was
been a
kind of
banger,
like,
right?
yeah, that was kind of like
We're
that
still
next
learning a
move.
lot about SoCal.
I've been to
other venues.
AutoCon, I believe, was the one that
Auto-
used to
okay.
do. Spokecom does Anaheim,
It's, yeah, always.
right?
Always.
And they've always
Anaheim.
been there. So AutoCon used to do the convention center.
Okay.
So I remember going to AutoCon events back in the day when we were promoting our original Anaheim shows.
Okay.
So I think that's why that convention, we had already an idea like what the layout looked like and all that stuff. So it kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, clicked for us. But
What made you come to San Diego?
so we want to, you, actually,
I-
it's your freaking fault.
You guys,
But
our people.
I'm blessed that you guys reach out.
We're
you know,
blessed.
I started from the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, I started in Mexico.
now you're here.
You know, now I'm here, like Mike Jones, right? Back
That's
then
Drake,
they didn't love
dog.
me.
I think that
Now
was-
they're all over me.
Yo.
Right?
And I like us.
So I know a lot of people from TJ, right? And then they come to the shows here. They come to Spokecom. They come to you guys' venue, and
Yeah.
for
Thank
them, you guys' show, it's like, you know, the MLB, you know, fucking the Super Bowl of shows, right? Because you get a lot of media attention. You know, it's the best
We
of the
love
best.
media.
Okay.
It's a good time.
So I started asking permission to you guys, to all of other venues, right? Hey, can I sell? Can I sell? Can I sell? You guys open the doors, right? Once you in there, you got to stay in the loop, right? So I hustle on car meets and I save my to be able to pay for those venues, right? Right now I'm updating my hustle. Now I have my LLC, right? So now I'm gonna, you know, put that on my tax and all that, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna start moving to more of the professional
You
way.
say too
One
much, the
step at a
government's
time.
going to be knocking on your
No,
door.
he's just
Homie.
starting. He is just starting. He's
Yeah,
got
I'm
this.
just starting, you
Got
know.
it.
But I did get my LLC,
Yeah.
so now, you know, I'm
Congratulations,
going
dog.
forward, right?
That's exciting.
And then now I
Congrats.
got the podcast going.
I love
you know,
this.
so I wanted to offer something, right? And thanks to that hustle, I have you guys here,
Oh, thank you.
right?
Thanks for having
And to
us.
me, it's really special because, you know, I started asking you guys. So when Jay said, "Hey Tony, when are you gonna give me a spot in fucking San Diego?" I said, "Well, as soon as I find one, right?"
Sounds
and then
like Jay.
shout out to Garage Collective. You know, they
Yes, thank
said,
you.
"Yeah, bring them down." You know, I asked my boy Mendoza, Dan, you know, and he made it happen. You know, and you guys were there. So thanks for accepting that.
Honestly, thank you, because we talked about this yesterday at the event or whatever. But in the same thing, if it wasn't for people like you,
Yeah.
you know, and we're fortunate to have friends like you around the country that continuously try to help us. You know, and there's a lot of
Make
you
this
guys,
happen.
you know, out here. I can go on for days.
Oh
but,
yeah, there's a lot
you know,
of car people, man.
you know, you have helped us, you know, very much every time we want to come out to the West Coast. You know, you came out to Vegas to support us. You know,
It was hot as hell.
you know,
Everybody was dying.
Archie with Donuts and Wheels and his,
Archie,
you know,
yeah, shout
crew
out
and,
to that,
and shit.
man.
You know, he was at Beamer Invasion yesterday, and I know that he's working with them, so we respect that, and you know, love to see him growing and doing all that. But again, any other time that he's not doing something like that, he's always there. He's setting me up with
Yeah.
shoots. He's shooting me, and he helps, you know, a lot more with even like my personal brands
Yeah.
and stuff. You know, we've met a lot of real people in California, and
Yep.
without you guys,
Yeah.
we're not able to
And
to
then
do
he
that stuff.
hires a lot of, you know, like models. You know, a lot of my
He's-
friends model for
he's
for
a
them. I
beast.
seen them at Spokecom,
And
I think.
it's so aesthetic too.
And they had a
He's a
big
beast.
booth.
So
Yeah.
different.
You know, and that's the greatest part, is because like since I've been able to be back and forth from California and spend, you know, I've always called like LA like my second home, because I spend at least 3 months a year out of it
In
out of
LA?
in LA,
Oh, because you
know?
say your friend.
Linda, you
Linda,
know, lives
shout
there.
out to
So,
Linda.
so I come out. Yeah, shout out to Linda letting me, you know, live in her house. She actually went and got a 2-bedroom, so that way I have my own bedroom. That's real. So
That's tight. That's love right there, right?
And,
She
but
wants to close the door.
but because of that, like I've got to like, you know, really meet a lot of cool people out here and
Yeah.
spend time. It's not like always like come and go.
Yeah.
But you guys always show up for us. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
You guys don't you know, leave us hanging or whatever. So it's a great place, you know. And we, you know, took the Garage Collective, and it worked out for us because at the same time we've been talking about doing smaller, more curated.
We're a little tired.
And I'm gonna tell you something about that small part, right? A lot of people are used to seeing saturated events, right? I noticed yesterday it wasn't a big ass banger, right? But we had a bunch of dope ass cars.
Small event, big vibes.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah. A lot of people. Really I saw a lot of people walk in. I saw a lot of people. They were like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Right? Where do I pay? Right? So I said, "Oh, you go pay over there. It's only what, $15 you guys were charging." Boom. But we had a hot dog vendor, we had a taco birria vendor, we had DDM, we had Lux Boba. Shout out to Lux Boba, you know. So everybody was taking good pictures. I saw a lot of content creators that were taking a lot of TikToks.
A lot of them. Yo, shout out to all those content creators because they've been blowing up my phone. All of them have been sending me everything.
Anybody in particular you want to shout out?
Yeah, actually, this dude right here.
Because I'm going to tell you this. If it wasn't for the content creators, a lot of big events wouldn't have the clout that they have.
100%.
Yo, _vexed, VEXXED, and this dude stood out to me because one, he's got a very aesthetic page, so make sure you go like check out. He's got a ton of shots from the show yesterday, so he went home and got to work right away. And then the other thing is that I actually have a clip on my camera. I caught him holding his gimbal and shooting the rollout while holding his kid. So he had the kid. And he was like turning.
I think I saw him.
Yeah, it was right at the end, right?
As a matter of fact, I told them. I don't know if you remember. I told them, hey, you teaching them young, huh?
Yes, I remember because you were right there with me. Yes. So that really stood out to me. So yo, shout out and all the content creators, you know.
I got one friend that he always tags me on a lot of stuff. Alberto Castro. He from Team Elevate. He's a really good photographer, and he helps me, and he collaborates. You know, I don't ask him; they do it. So a lot of times, you know, they collab. Boom! It helps me, and then it helps them. So it's all about helping everybody in the community.
That's the only way to. That's the only way to grow, and like, you know, I wish, you know, I run the social media with Tuner Evo, and I wish I could accept every collab that comes through.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with the way that we have to promote and market, I can't take all of them, right?
I always ask people before because it's kind of embarrassing sending an event invitation and they don't get accepted. I'm like, damn, but I don't take it. I don't take it.
It's not.
Personal.
It's not. Yo, send collabs to everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I tag Kim Kardashian and everybody in my post.
I
go crazy.
She broke the internet.
Yo, I go crazy. I DM celebrities. Like, yo, listen.
Kanye West.
I really have. I have actually messaged like the game artists, and I have literally sent a DM,
send them?
Just like, yo,
send me free gear.
I'm a content creator. I would love to shoot a video for you if you ever like thing. I know that you work with, you know, smaller, you know, content creators here and there.
You're trying to expand yourself.
I'm in the LA area, you know, and the thing is that maybe it'll never get seen, but what happens that one time that it gets seen?
Oh, hell yeah.
I shot a video for Cassidy one time, and I woke up to a phone call. They needed a video shot, and I was the person, and I was like, oh shit, you know, we made it happen one day on the fly. We had no idea. We didn't even know the song. And I got a couple other guys. We got to the studio, and we made it happen in Providence, Rhode Island. So it happens.
Yeah, it feels good when you get big companies that share your shit.
Yeah.
Or like when you tag them on a story and they reshare it, you're like, oh, holy shit.
The thing is that some people, you know, have send the collabs, because what happens is that some people have a certain way that they want to run their page,
their schedule,
so they can't you know do
or
it or whatever.
Program, because nowadays you can program Instagram and you can schedule your postings, your stories, everything. So everything nowadays is you can put an IE robot. What is it? IA?
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, and
AI.
Yeah, AI.
EI.
Yeah, shit.
EIO.
Right. Something like that.
Yeah, shoot your shot.
And then when you ask them a question, you know, it's a random answer just to keep an interaction, right? And they don't leave the people on unseen or unread.
I'm gonna collaborate every post from now on with you from my personal page.
You better follow me back.
Everything is Tony.
And then I'm gonna feel so bad. I'm gonna be like, yo, rejection at its finest.
No. I try to share a lot of flyers at the people here that do car meets. You know, I help out the community. I help out local business, detail garage. Chemical guys have always been good to me. They always show love. At their car meets, they mostly do cars and coffee.
Yep.
They give out free merchandise, free wax, free armor, a lot of free gear.
They do that on the East Coast.
So I do the trunk or treats with the local crews. So I try to help a lot of people. But what I don't like is when they saturate me with the collabs. Then it won't let me post my own stuff.
Right.
Because I try not to bug people with, my random shit. First of all, I don't put personal stuff on my Instagram. I keep that on my Facebook. Instagram has always been my hustle, my brand, and the people I work with, right? I try not to mix it. Because once you try mixing, personal shit with business, you drama.
No, my ship sailed a long time ago. My entire life is but it's okay. It's okay. See, that's a different. So I believe that in what I do, I have to sell myself. So there's a lot of things that are not so private all the time.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I'm learning now to have certain things to keep to myself. But for the most part, I've built my success on people just laughing and enjoying the crazy shit that I do. So that is the product.
Do
what I mean?
you ever get when you go to a city and they know you by your name and everything, and you're like, "Fuck, I forgot your name." You don't get that? I get that all the time, bro. People hit me up and be like, "Hey, Tony, what's up?" And I'm like, "Shit, I remember you, but I don't remember your name."
I'm usually good with names or whatever.
Yeah, but you get good at it.
I'm usually good with names now, but what's been happening recently since I've been co-hosting and doing more of like the social media stuff, more people are popping up on me. Like in Vegas, I was upstairs smoking in the parking garage.
Yeah.
There's no car show. There's nothing happening, and these dudes pulled up on me and they're like, "Sean, nice to meet you." And I was, "Who the fuck are you guys?" And they literally just pulled. I'm in the parking lot by myself.
It feels good, right?
Well, I was scared at first because I was like, "Who the fuck are all you guys?"
Yeah.
Like late night.
And then I'm like, "Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. or something,
Yeah.
bro." I'm like, "Wait a minute." But then I realized it, and then I was like, that it's a very humbling feeling.
Yeah.
Or I had a kid in Philly look at me and said, "I saw you on YouTube."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, "Yo, what was I doing?"
Are you sure?
I got that today. Every time I go to the mall, I bump into somebody. My daughter's like, "Damn, Dad, you know everybody." Today, I bumped into a kid, Dumbo. Shout out, Dumbo, DUMBO_100. He's like, "Hey, well, how come they don't post no more car meets?" I said, "Damn, I remember your Instagram. What's your Instagram?" And he's like, "Damn, you haven't followed me." So luckily, I was able to follow him because I know that Instagram only lets you follow 7,500, and then you can't follow anything else. So what I try doing is I filter out my followers, and if I see that they're spam accounts, I unfollow, and then I add more people. So a lot of times I get that complaint, "You don't follow me back, Tony," and then I have to explain to them, "Hey, it's because Instagram only lets you follow 7,500, So I wish I could follow everybody.
You follow that many people?
That's a lot.
I try.
Your
Wow.
feed must
And I'm
be
not even.
That's really nice
I'm not
for
even
you,
lying.
bro.
Look, I got.
It should already give me anxiety.
8,100
Damn.
followers, and I'm following.
74.97. You got
See?
3 spots.
See?
I hope you found
Who should I follow? Let me see.
your
Following.
boy from the mall.
Let me see. Followers. Let me see. I got 3
Do you
spots.
follow me, Tony?
Which one is it?
Oh no, I don't know. Jay Taza.
Write it down. I'm gonna get
You
a
probably
compla-
do.
I'm gonna get a complaint saying, "How come you don't follow me and you follow her?"
No, you don't. Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Oh, see?
But you don't. You gotta go find me.
Okay.
I'm not the 7,500.
Oh man.
Do you follow Sean?
Yep.
Are you
I
sure?
do.
He just started.
He's gonna unfollow you because
We've
you're
been
spam.
friends for years. He just never knew me on Instagram.
Replace
Now
him with me.
Your Instagram feed just got a whole lot more interesting.
Jay sent me a text, right? He sent me his number, and then I said, "Well, you got an Instagram?" You sent me the link.
Yo, I know the way you were talking to me. I was like, "Yo, what's the matter with this fool? He don't know me."
Yeah.
And then when you're like, "Oh,
Is this
it's you?"
That was pretty funny.
Next
so
time I
let
send
me
you a
ask you
picture.
this: will you come back to San Diego?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What,
We'd love to hear.
What is one? Give me 3 good reasons that you like from San Diego, from your visit. Because I know it was your first time here in San Diego, right?
The Garage Collective was a really dope spot. The vibe, the
Beautiful.
location, the location, even like centralized to the city and everything was dope. The the people that we got to interact with yesterday. You know, everybody that came out to show love, even though it wasn't a huge group. That group that did show up is worth coming back, even if it's the same size event.
It was very exclusive.
Because I know that, you know, being a company that does venues, you know, I know it creates money, right? But sometimes it's not a lot. It's not about the money, right?
Yeah, that wasn't about the money.
It gets tiring to always be about the money.
Yeah.
That's the truth. That's
because you gotta concentrate on the money.
We work really hard to put on these convention center events. People don't always realize, but we work.
It's a 2-day event because you gotta roll in the day before,
sometimes
right?
it's 3 days. Puerto Rico's 3 days.
3 days.
God
damn.
We are out in these places for days, weeks, months, sometimes just trying to make it happen, and it's a lot of work. And sometimes it feels good to go to these smaller events and do for us.
Promotion, right?
Yeah, it's less work for us and more enjoying of the event.
I'm gonna tell you this: for 3 days event, you know how you get to get people to go there because they gotta plan themselves.
It's Puerto Rico.
They gotta get hotels.
People take
people
summer
that travel.
vacations
If you
for
build
the show.
it, they will come.
Yeah.
You know,
they
it's
like
a
it.
vibe.
That's good.
The
It's a
third
whole
reason,
different.
the third reason why we'll come back is because it was our first time.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna quit after the first time.
Okay,
There was a lot
that's
of other
good.
things going on, but we're learning.
A lot of events the same day too, right?
Right. So we're learning. We learned a lot, and we're ready to make it happen again and do it. You know,
That's good.
But the thing is that remember we had a great time yesterday.
Yeah.
But I will be honest, we also didn't have a lot of the homies there because they were out supporting other events, and that's fine.
And
you know,
we want them to do well too. We have people
shout out to like Beamer Invasion and Corey. You know, they
Miguel,
did it. They looked like they had a great time out there in
SD
Irwindale.
Beamer Fest too. Shout out to the San Diego Beamer for my homies. Yep.
Super Street did their thing in Compton.
After dark,
you know,
After
with
dark in
things.
Compton.
So the same thing. I went over with our people in Philly. In Philly, we downsized the event a little bit.
Yeah.
And the
we
reason
had another
being,
supportive group of ours that was doing another event, but you know what?
there was a lot of things going on. So
Atlantic
it's like
Street Movement. They had a good thing this weekend in Miami, right?
Yeah.
So you know, either we got to kind of work together and spread the love and the numbers around, or you know, people if you start being, you know, cutthroat or selfish or stuff, it's not gonna work out for you.
That's
you know,
not what
like
it's about.
Yeah, it's not what it's about.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll sit down with the team when we get back home, and we'll work on, you know.
That's good, man.
We'll sit down with Dan and with yourself, and
Thank
you
you,
know,
thank
talk
you.
and we'll. You know, we'll make something happen again, and you know.
To me, this is.
we learned
I
a
was
lot.
nervous, you know, and I normally don't do it, you know, a list of shit. You know, everything comes from here. You know.
You're like me.
You know, I when I bring somebody, I try to study a little bit about them. You know, if it's a business, you know, I want to keep it in my head, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I was, you know, nervous about is the fact that I have you guys here. You know, I started selling in TJ, right, at the events. And then when I came back to my town, I was at the swap meet. So now I fucking got Tuner Evo in this fucking. I feel really, really proud of myself and happy for you guys that you got to conquer now another city and put another city in you guys' map. San Diego will always welcome you guys here, you know.
Thank you.
I know the car community here in San Diego, you know, for you guys, you know, you guys are one of the biggest events. So every time you guys are in LA, I know a lot of people travel to LA. I have friends that come from Mexico, that come from Mexicali.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my people in Ensenada, Rosarito, Tijuana.
Nothing is close in California.
Yeah,
No.
see?
Nothing is close.
So
even if it is,
look at my girl
it's not.
with the EG yesterday.
Yeah.
She did 3 hours at the border, bro, with no AC.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was
You know?
hot. It was so
I
hot.
had you know, shout out to the homies at from Legends West Auto Care out in Rosemead. They drove from Rosemead out to the show yesterday to come chill, check it out, support, and then made it back to, because their cars were already pre-registered and stuff for, you know, they're big supporters of Super Street and stuff. The homie works with Super Street, Jofel and everything. So,
I think I saw them leave. They left a little bit early.
So they were there, and then they went, oh, and that's huge, man. Even though their cars weren't there, to me, that love is crazy, because that's a long drive too. And then to just get in the car after being there for 20, 30 minutes and then go back, you know, and that's what's so special about some of the, you know, areas in California and everything, you know, because when you see that type of effort and how far you have to drive in California to go see your friends.
Yeah. How did you guys survive during COVID? Because I know one of the shows was canceled, right, at the convention center. I think it was, what, 2001?
So
they got canceled?
So during COVID...
a lot of things changed.
A lot of change.
The whole culture
changed. They canceled the event. Like the team had like landed in California and everything, and then they canceled the event.
Yeah.
So
Like
that
few
was-
days prior, right?
Yeah, like a Thursday or something.
Yeah,
like
I remember.
So that was a big hit. We didn't get any like compensation or anything for the building, so we had to
The
basically
deposit, at least?
no, nothing. No, it was
Yeah, a
paid
lot
in
of
full.
those contracts
It was already
there.
paid in full and everything.
Yeah.
So what happened was we had to move everybody's registration and all the spectator tickets and everything. We moved them, and it was this big process, man, of setting a new date when we could finally come into California. And then it was literally like, I remember having to reach out to people and be like, you're credited, you know. And I think that was when we actually made the event a little bit bigger, and it was to try to help get a couple more cars in there.
Yeah.
To come, because we had to think about having to credit almost 400 cars.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because they had
That
already
you're paying for.
it was
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
done. And remember, we had to pay for the venue a second time.
And that's one thing that people don't understand is you gotta, in order for you
Pay
to
to play.
reserve a date
Yeah.
at a big venue, especially convention center, you gotta give at least what $100,000 deposit, right? Just to save the date,
Not that
right?
much.
Nah,
but-
it's not that,
No,
but
it's not
it's,
that crazy.
Hey, I'm
it's
trying to
definitely
help
not.
out.
It's not the amount of money
So
anybody
much.
wants
No.
to lose, but
Right.
It is. Yeah.
But during COVID, Jay actually went around whatever areas he
Mm-hmm.
could go that were still like cool with people doing
Yeah.
like small gatherings, and
Yeah.
he was doing a lot more like
the setup.
smaller like pop-up meets and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yes.
selling some merch, like
That's good.
free things. Like that's really what
2-for-1 stuff, right?
yeah, it was all you could really do because
Yeah.
everywhere else, you know. And then once it cleared up, it was just
At
kind
the
of
at the show that you guys had Xavier Wolf giving out autograph, next to my booth there was this this Volkswagen. I think it was a Rabbit or a Jetta, badass, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was there because you guys had given him the credit because it got canceled.
Exactly.
So I know for sure, for a fact, that you guys did give those
I
credits
remember
back.
that guy.
It was
I
a gold. It was a gold.
I
gold-
remember
We try
because
to take care of people,
because
man.
I'm very real. You already know I love joking
Yeah,
around stuff.
mhm.
But my first
You always riding the scooter around.
my first thing to him, fuck that scooter. You know that I just saw the status of when I hurt my ankle when I hit the
Oh,
in California.
shit, so you ain't shit?
It brought back PTSD and all that. But that dude with that car had hit up, and I was like, nah, bro, your credit's gone. You gotta pay for registration. And he's like, man, he's like, okay. And I was like, no, I'm just kidding. We'll take care of you,
That's
bro.
dope.
You know what I mean? But like, I love doing
Real
that
humble.
because.
I met him. He was real humble dude.
And that's the thing.
Him
Is
and
like
his wife were there.
sometimes, you know, I don't like to give people like robot answers and stuff. Like I want them
Yeah.
to kind of know, like, if I talk to you through text and then you see me like in the parking lot, you're
Yeah.
probably gonna know that's the person I was talking
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure, for
Because
sure.
text is hard to see emotion, so I try to give it to you
Yeah.
exactly how you're gonna hear it.
That's true.
You know, from me, I'm gonna start sending you voice notes. Then.
Hey, fuck it.
Yeah.
I when I drive, sometimes I send that, you know, and I tell them, hey, I'm sorry, I'm sending you a voice message, but I'm driving.
I'm gonna,
Safer.
You know,
I'm gonna
and
be
if
like,
I
yo.
tell you, I'll message you back. I might forget.
Sean's gonna have the pauses.
I'm like, hey Tony, it's 5 a.m. I'm about to, hit the gym and everything, but I know it's
You
2
do
o'clock in
not.
the morning there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the East Coast, right? I messaged him this morning. I said, hey, dude, what's up? He's like, damn, bro, everybody's still asleep. I was like, damn it.
So the reason why I started coming to hang out on the West Coast was because when I first started working with vendors and everything,
Yeah,
I used to get pissed because it'd be
Oh,
1
yeah.
o'clock in the morning,
they'll hit you up with the
and
random
everybody's
questions.
trying to text me, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, oh, it's 10, everybody's chilling, right? So you know what I start doing? I don't answer. I get up at 7. It's 4 a.m. here. I
message
start
them back?
hitting you. I'll hit you back. I say, yo, hey, I can get that table for you.
I'll still answer.
Then you're on top of it.
You don't want to lose the opportunity.
You want
bro.
to know what the biggest success from that was? It was like leaving something for you to wake up to.
Yeah.
I get all the responses
Fuck
at
yeah.
like 10 a.m. my time. Everybody's getting up and all that,
Yep.
and I learned. And a lot of you guys out here, actually, a lot of you car guys, you all wake up at the same exact time. You guys are very routine.
Even on my days off, bro.
Yeah, you guys are very
5,
routine
6
out
in
here.
the morning, I'm already all awake.
That's
Yeah.
8 a.m. for us.
Yeah, I definitely learned like you guys is like car. Let me ask you something. What's up with having meets in the middle of the week and shit? You guys don't work?
Yeah, bro, but I think when COVID hit, we didn't have no car meets, bro. I remember
Yeah.
one big car meet we had here was Cars and Elotes, and it was 1 month shit, and other than that, it was diet. Me as a vendor, that event helped me survive because it was my only source besides my regular job to help me out with extra bills because, there was no food, no toilet paper, no
Right.
water, no
Yeah.
milk, so there was at least 1 month that was real tough that
Yeah.
nobody had nothing, bro.
Right.
It was like the end of the world, bro.
Right.
It was
Everybody-
shut down
I
out
know, yeah,
here.
I
We
remember.
actually visited
So
LA. during
nowadays,
it. Shut down.
and then thanks to COVID, a lot of hustlers came out. You know, a lot of people
Yeah.
had to survive selling
Yeah.
cookies or selling food.
Yo,
Yeah.
I had a DoorDash. I was selling cookies on DoorDash, bro.
See, there you go.
I literally got the whole machine at my house. And all my friends were laughing at
Yeah.
me. Laugh.
It was a hustle, bro.
Laugh,
You
bro,
made
'cause when
money.
they'd be at the house, we'd be smoking, knocking at,
Yeah.
they're like, yo, what's that? The Dash is picking up the cookies,
There was
dog.
times where
Yo.
I even sold tamales at car meets, you know,
Yeah.
because you know it was the only time there was a car meet. It was in the
Yo.
morning, so it was hard. So not, your answer is because, you know, people don't got shit to do
Yeah.
after work. You
I
know, they don't
love
want to
it.
go back home, so they go shoot the
Everybody's
shit a little
outside
bit, yeah.
again.
I love it because,
Outside.
and I don't know if San Diego's exactly the same way, but like when I was in LA, like I went out to like race service. It was like a Tuesday morning, you know what I mean? And there's just beautiful cars, a ton of like interesting people.
That's
Like,
probably they were probably rich
you know,
at that time.
it's funny.
My broke ass should
Yo,
have been at work.
Right, yo, I was walking around and I was like, yo, nobody works here.
See, there
I'm
you
like,
go.
what happened here? You know, but it was a good like turnout, man.
Yeah.
And they had like the street block like on a Tuesday morning. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it was just lit. You know, so I love that. You know, but to go back on you selling tamales outside and all that stuff. Bro, my first
I had
time.
my
gotta
mom
do.
cook the tamales for me.
Yo, one thing that I love and I've always like respected about like when I've come out to California,
Yeah.
I remember I was coming in and y'all like freeways start in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Like
You gotta go through the ghetto
it's like,
first.
It's like John's house and then the highway,
Yeah.
right? And there was this lady on the corner, bro, with like the watermelon,
Oh,
and all
the
that,
fruit?
and the cups.
Oh, the
And I
fruits.
stopped.
The fruits
and
out
I
there.
had never experienced that anywhere. Like you know, in New York, you have like the
bootlegs,
the
all
food
the-
like trucks type of
yeah.
thing, you know. But never just
All the
someone with an
hats,
umbrella.
LA
and just
is
like,
more lenient on that. San Diego is strict, bro.
okay, so that's why I don't see it
Yeah.
but I loved it, and from that day on, bro, I stopped so many more times on like the side of the street
Yeah.
because I respect the hustle.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
It's just
It
you
feels
know,
good.
and they're out there every day, no matter if it's hot, cold, raining.
They gotta bring
you know,
the money
They
back
got
home.
the kids out there. They everything, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I definitely respect that a lot because
That's good.
sometimes it's harder to do that than it is to just go punch in
Okay.
and all that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So shout out to
Way more
and that's a
creative.
big part I feel of like. LA like
Yeah.
West Coast culture because you don't see that on
So every
you
city
know.
is a little bit different.
yeah I don't see that anywhere, bro. I don't really see like that street food like anywhere that I go.
He's talking about the 100
They put
vendors
them
that
in
sold
food
hot
trucks
dogs.
in New York.
Yo, I love those people,
Yeah.
bro. I don't want the hot dog, but
Yeah.
shout out for you for trying to friggin'
No,
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
nothing like street talk.
honestly
Okay.
that was
It's
the
just
coolest thing ever. Now that
So
culture.
you
we're almost getting ready to end this. Any website that you want them people to follow you on, or you want to give a shout out to your page, you know, any in particular that you want to shout out?
Tuner Evo.
Twitter Evo.
Tuner Evo. Follow us on Instagram. Hit up our TikTok, YouTube. It's official Tuner Evo.
Twitter Evo.
Facebook.
Yep.
You can hit up the website as
Snapchat.
well.
You got Snapchat?
We
No,
don't. Should
no.
we start
Hell
one of
no,
those?
no,
He
no,
got
no,
MySpace.
No,
We don't have time
Um,
for Snapchat. That's not our angle.
I'm not even.
I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of underground events promote their shit on Snapchat.
Maybe we should.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know how we keep up with all the shit we do.
Go and check out our. If you go to our page of our website and you click on the shop link, we just
Tuner-evolution.com.
we actually
Put
just
'em on. Put 'em on.
we actually just dropped a new online store.
Okay.
So there's
Yes.
a ton of shit on there that will not ever be available at our shows.
You won't get
Okay,
it.
only on the web,
It's
right?
online
What's the
only.
website?
Tuner-evolution.com
/
/shop.
And what's the difference from that website from the one you guys already have?
It's on
the
there.
same. It's the
Yeah.
same one. I just we sat down, we did different designs, and we
So
we
different
came,
designs,
Yeah.
okay.
So we just like
New system.
new system and all that stuff. So a lot more options.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It's a lot more options. It's easier for the team to get it out to people and all that. You know, there's no delays or anything.
More
so,
design
you know,
availability
yeah,
and things.
and they're all exclusive to online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to be bouncing around different states, cities, carrying around merchandise,
It
right?
is.
So,
Oh, man.
So you gotta
The shipping.
select what you're gonna take and take it with you, right?
Right.
You wouldn't believe how we get our stuff places. It's crazy.
So yeah, so check out that site. My personal Instagram is Mr. SGP Society.
J Teza.
J Tessa.
Yeah, like the outside.
I gotta follow you back.
Yeah.
And mine is bb6, so it's
already follow you.
bb6speedhouse, but the website is HAUSE. I got merchandise too. I got, I'm starting to, design my own logos, put on I got hoodies, beanies, I got hats,
We
shirts.
gotta collab on something.
Yeah, that would be dope, bro. That would be dope.
So, and then last but not least, but creatordepartment.co.
Okay.
That's the Instagram, and that's my actual website.
What do you promote there? Your
that
media,
brand is
your content?
So no, that's actually a brand that we started as like a joke, but now it's like a full clothing line. But it's
What's
primarily.
the joke?
I made it.
We were all creators, and then
I made it because I didn't want to wear like gallery department stuff,
Okay.
so I kind of like made this like parody shirt, and then everybody wanted one,
Now
so I
we all
started
ask
making
them for custom stuff.
So now I started everything. All the designs are
Oh,
very
so whatever
exclusive.
they want to create, you
Yeah.
create
Yeah,
it.
like the orange shirt I had yesterday. That's one of the shirts on there.
What did it say?
Creator
all day,
department.
okay, all day
It's
I try to
upside
read
down,
that
right?
shit.
Cam
Yeah,
has
so.
one.
I even got you on the
Oh,
video.
so that's one of our shirts right there.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is that we drop only so many. So like that one, I think we made 10 of them. The website, the designs rotate, and like I said, the busier we get, the more that we're gonna roll out for creators. The
That's
idea
tight.
is
That's
to
tight.
get bigger. The websites, starting to pick up. And once we can start creating programs I'd like to start, getting creators out to some of our events, things that doing cool things that
Yeah.
I didn't get to do when I first started.
Hell yeah.
And then I started meeting,
I
Tudivo
honestly,
and everything.
every time I go to a show, I try to look around and get new ideas, But, every day you got to have something new. You got to, renew your stuff, because a lot of times, you don't want to get people stuck on one shit, you got to upgrade.
Yeah.
You
Well,
got to
the
stay
thing is that
consistent.
Evolve.
content creators are huge. Without that, like, we have nothing, man.
Yeah.
Everything that you promote, like everything that's on these walls, like a graphic
Yeah.
designer, somebody made, even the cars that we drive, like somebody designed a
Yeah.
graphic designer,
Yeah.
somebody had to design
Somebody
that before it
created
got
that,
to
yeah.
that. Like,
Mhm.
so
Is
that's
that, but also like history is written by the people who record it, and in this day and age, it's the creators, the people
Yeah.
that are capturing our show, that are capturing, all of all the shows, the culture
Exactly.
itself. Without them, did we even happen?
Yeah.
So it's important.
And I admire the people who tag other stuff, and help you, because without the other people sharing it, we wouldn't get that
Yeah.
exposure.
Right.
No, 100%, man. So shout out to all those content creators
Yes.
that spend all their money on
Tag
crazy
us.
cameras and stuff.
Shoot your shot, collab.
Yeah,
And-
for sure.
Okay.
What? Who?
Huh?
He don't want to wear the headsets. He's shy.
Staff? The hell with the staff. No. Yeah, yo.
No.
Cam.
That's
Cam's-
one thing we
Staff.
almost missed, right?
So-
Staff. You got a lot of
I
staff.
feel like we shouldn't even call them staff. We should call them the bosses, because
Yo, so-
where would we be?
Yeah, listen, man. There's a lot of
Exactly.
people that still sit at the table with us, and then there's some people that are no longer with us, but Tuner
Or they're
Evo,
with us.
They're with us in some way, but Tuner Evo isn't just the people that you always see on
Yeah.
social media, or the owners, or
Yeah.
it's more than just that. I've been part of this company since 2015, and I have seen a lot of great people that have stuck around through thick and thin.
They're
So
still
shout
running the
out,
game, right?
and
Yeah.
some of those people are still rocking with us. You know,
Yesterday
and-
there was a S2000, a blue one,
yeah.
and that dude is old school.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
an OG.
He's
Auto
OG,
fashion.
yeah. Auto fashion was there.
That
Shout out.
Should
car's
we
lit.
talk about our spotlight?
Actually, yeah. So for anybody that didn't, we did 3 awards yesterday.
I saw that. I
They
saw
were
that.
they were surprised.
Yeah.
Actually, the S2000 won
Yeah.
one of
So
them.
what we
right?
did was it was
yeah.
like a showcase
It's so humble.
spotlight staff
That was
choice award.
beautiful.
So we picked 3 people. We'll be dropping the little like video, but
Yeah.
what we did was kind of ran up on them, surprised them,
them.
talked
Yeah.
about the award, told them what it was, and then had them talk about the thing. So that S2000 is like mode
That's dope.
perfume.
Tell them what the
it's
award
a,
was.
Yeah.
It's a Vertex like friggin' collab auto fashion, had their hands in, like that car is.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of cars, and I have not seen an S2000 like that in front of me yet.
Yeah,
So
dope.
you know,
One of those when you
so-
see it, you know.
so
Really
the S2000,
JDM shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
the S2000 was one of them.
Tell them what the award was for, like what we were trying to do. It was
the showcase spotlight.
Yeah,
The-
to
it,
spotlight certain builds.
it was just basically
With
like
stories,
why
you know?
yeah, with the story, what
Yeah.
it was. It wasn't for categories or
Yeah.
anything like that.
So you gave him the explanation on why you gave him that award, right?
Yeah.
right.
That's
And
good.
he gave us a little bit of info about the buildings.
It really probably really surprised them, right? They weren't
Yeah.
expecting it.
Well, the thing is that
That's the
some of
best
these
part.
faces, you know, like you said, he's an
He
OG.
was nervous.
You
Yeah.
know, I know him from seeing him in multiple different places over the years.
Yeah, he
you
goes
know?
to a lot of shows.
My first time out here in San Diego, it was years ago that I came out to promote one of the TE shows, and it was one of the auto fashion shows.
Okay.
And I remember all
I
the
know they're
auto
gonna have a
fashion.
show pretty soon.
So one of the other cars that we picked was the blue LS 430.
Oh, man, that's
Another
beautiful.
OG car,
Yeah.
been around, you know.
Yeah.
And these dudes are so humble, man.
Yep.
Like they don't even stand by their cars. I had to search for these dudes. Do you know what I mean? Like so. Like I said, you know,
That was really nice.
shout out to them, and
Yeah.
and it's cool because shout out to Auto Fashion because you know every time you see one of those like iconic like legendary cars, there's an Auto Fashion sticker
Yeah.
on them things, you know. So shout out to them because that crew, they're very close, you know, kept.
Yeah,
they're all good
they're
friends,
the
you
brothers
know.
too, right? I think.
Yeah. And then the third car was Rochelle Wolf, the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's
The
a very
ice-
big supporter.
Yeah,
The
hey,
iced
thanks for
tea.
tagging me on that picture. I was talking to her. She went to my booth, and then she went when they were doing the two-step. And then Tuner Evil took a picture of me
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to her. I was like, "Oh, sick, yo, damn."
So you know,
She was telling me the story about her being banned from Riverside.
really?
So she can't go to Riverside because
Is it Rivers?
yeah,
Oh, not that Riverside. This
No,
is
Riverside,
Did,
California.
oh, okay, okay.
yeah. I guess
Like from the whole
they,
city?
They target her
Oh,
her
yeah, she
car.
was telling
She
us.
got stopped and she got state ref twice.
What's state ref mean?
You gotta go to a state official and get it
Yo,
verified.
shout out to you for running out here a menace, yo. Shout out, Rochelle,
Right?
son.
I
That's
didn't
awesome.
expect that from
Hell
her.
yeah. And
you
then
know?
yesterday she
Culture.
left there all bang,
It's always
pop,
the
pop,
women,
pop,
though.
pop.
I asked
Like
her.
it's always the women coming
Yeah.
I
from
love it.
Mexico
Well,
with
she's
the
always
hot.
putting out-
If I would have been a cop
Listen.
and I stopped her, I'd be like, "You cute, you can go."
Yo, well, she
Right?
puts up a lot of these like ASMR
Yeah.
Subaru videos
Yeah.
with like
Oh,
that.
man.
Bop, 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 bop,
Yeah.
bop. I was like, yeah, no wonder she's getting pulled over.
But
yo.
she was telling
she's a
me
menace.
that's why she wanted to come San Diego because San Diego's cool with her.
Yeah.
So,
You know?
so that's one of
To
the
me,
reasons.
being from San Diego felt really good because normally you see people travel up north to go to the shows.
So she came
What-
out to our LA event.
What
Yeah.
we want in San Diego is we want to bring back the banger shows to San Diego. San Diego has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
We have a lot of border
It's
cities. We have
beautiful
Tecate, we have Tijuana, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of potential. We have a lot of cities around here that are willing to come here, you know, but sometimes the venues aren't too easy to get, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm really happy you guys were here, for reals.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
we're
good.
happy that you guys had us. Thank
Yeah.
you guys. You know, thank you California. Thank
Yes.
you San Diego. Tony,
Thank you.
you so much, bro.
This
We're
was
blessed
awesome.
to have you, dog.
So you guys ready to wrap it up?
we are
Yeah,
ready.
we said we were going to do this 15 minutes. We did an hour.
I told
Oops,
you.
It was an hour.
I told you.
And we were here
We
fucking
covered a lot.
dying.
That's
Yes,
because you're
hot.
an
Thank
interesting
you guys.
The
motherfucker.
I'll
sauna
catch you guys for the
sesh.
next time.
Yes.
Tuner Evo in the house.
Yo,
Thank you.
we
Thank
love you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.